Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Mac Jones and the New England Patriots.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New England Patriots and the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
And off we go from Las Vegas. From the 10. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. A time for Mac Jones and his Patriot offense to take the field. Jones now in his second season since being selected 15th overall in 2021.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Jones looking to throw right away. And he's going to have to eat this one. Maxx Crosby racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones steps up, and he's going to go down. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him at sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Boy, how about this to start a ball game? That's twice in a row now, Charles, that they get to it.
And how often do we talk about offenses that operate off of a script to begin games? Feels like this defense had their script together on this one, and their script said put the quarterback down and do it fast.
A miserable start here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and very long. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Patriots send out their punter as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now under center Derek Carr.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. The Raiders at 9-4 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Being chased out left. And it's complete to Adams. He's into the secondary, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Raiders put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. First down, and they go back to Harris. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Jones finding Bourne here over the middle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing Jones. And throw right side complete to Parker. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in the block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion calls defensively, and it turns into a big play.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He hits Adams complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. There with a tackle, Dietrich Wise Jr.
Both these teams last year, identical 10-7 records. Both were playoff teams that went out in the wild card round. But the big difference, last year, Josh McDaniels was the offensive coordinator of the Pats. This year, he's the head man in Las Vegas. So this, a game he's definitely had circled on his calendar. He's got room at the 30.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, Carr. The left side throw complete to Adams.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller.
As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib taken around the 28. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Pats at the line ready to go.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 41, Jones, his throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Jones. And down he goes. Brought down a Maxx Crosby able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was the Vikings who were able to get the victory at home. Kirk Cousins, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, let's head over to Highmark Stadium to check out what's happening with the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And then lastly, we wrap up Week 15 on Monday night. What a battle this will be. The Rams and Packers from a very chilly Lambeau Field.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the...
He's got a man complete. That one good for 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. It's caught here by Adams.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Once again, it's Jacobs.
And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones out right to Bourne. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Operating from the gun, Jones. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr. Caught on the right side by Adams.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A nice little juke. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And that's complete to Adams. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Here's Jacobs. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they will take a knee here. Now from back at the 5. This is 3rd and goal. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So they
accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
This one taken just inside the 10. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for Las Vegas,
it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.